All right, all right, all right. Good morning, everybody. It's glad to have you here. We are going to do a little autopilot scalping day trading today. I promised that we were going to look into the autopilot. And then I also said that we were going to do a little bit of the Minesweeper today. So that's what we're up to today, just to have a little bit of fun with the software, see what some of the capabilities and features are, and see if we can't set it up so that it'll buy the arrows, land. Just trade the arrows, right? Just trade the arrows. So if you want to just trade the arrows, well, the autopilot is actually better at it than anybody else, right? Better at it than us. Of course, you want to set up some filters. You want to set it up properly. And how do we do that? Well, let's go through. And the first thing we want to do is we want to find a chart that we want to trade. So this is the NASDAQ on the range 25. This is the one we've been doing a little bit of scalping on. This is one we've been practicing on. I was actually having better when I was using the range bar 50 and then executing off of the 25. So executing on the 50, but on the 25. I don't know why that made a difference, but it did. It seemed to make a bit of a difference for me. But nonetheless, I don't know. We're going to go in and look at the autopilot. So we have to decide what time frame we want to do. I'm going to take this one off here. This is our daily. This was the NASDAQ work that we did looking at the NASDAQ. Let's go ahead and kill that daily chart. And we're going to bring these up full screen. So there's 4 charts. Let's drop this down a little bit so we can see a little bit better. This one here in the bottom left-hand corner is the Russell 2000. And that's a 1-minute chart. This is the S&P 500. And this is a 1-minute chart. It's choppy as can be. Look at that. It's going nowhere. This is the Dow. And that's a range 25 up there on the Dow. That background needs to be reset. Chart preferences, background. Let's raise that up to 20. Yeah, let's go all the way up to 50 with that one. 47, 40, 50. Too far. 2, 1, 50 looks good. All right. You usually wanted to line those numbers up with an options strike price, but we'll not take the time to bother to do that right now in the interest of time. And then down here in the bottom right corner, now that's a range bar 25, 1-minute chart, 1 minute. Let's just go look at all 4 1-minute charts, shall we? Let's go 1-minute chart. Let's go 1-minute chart. And let's shrink this down a little bit. And this one too. Not really doing a whole lot. Are they? Let's see. Chart overlay. Let's turn that Donchian channel on. I kind of get used to seeing that, so it helps me know where it's at in the trend. It's my Fibonacci number. That background's a little bit tight here too. Chart preferences. Let's raise that up to. Oh, that's a little bit too big. That's better. All right. Our Dow's still a little bit too big, isn't it? Chart preferences. Let's make that Dow. We went to 1 minute. Let's go to 25 on that one too. This one, that's set to 30. Let's go to 10 on that one. Oh, that's a little bit small. 1, 2. And this one's got, oh, that's way out to 32. Let's go to 20. 2, 5. That's a 5er. All right, here we go. Let's say we're going to do the NASDAQ on the 1-minute chart. And we're going to autopilot this baby. So let's bring it in full screen. We're going to come in here. I'm going to turn off the Donchian channels now. And we're going to turn on, let's turn off the VWAP. No VWAP, no RSI. We don't need that. That's for us. The autopilot is just going to buy the arrows. But we want it to only take long arrows in a bullish market and down arrows in a bearish market. When this market is pretty obvious in a downtrend, wouldn't you say? But it might be turning around and going the other way. So we'll look at this. We could do it on a long-term time frame, or we could do it on a short-term time frame. Which do we think is better? Well, since we're trading in 1 hour is all we got, let's just do a short-term time frame. So we're going to come in here, chart. We're going to turn on the moving averages. And on the moving averages, we're going to go to the preferences, and we're going to just use this one here, and we're going to make that one. Let's do a 7 and 9. 7 and 9 land. 7 and 9. Oh, that's got to be, let's go TNT defaults. 5 and 10. 5 and 10 works. I was going to do 7 and 9. 7 and 9. That might be coming in a little bit. Let's go. What's Ross's numbers? He likes 9 and 21. 9 and 21. See, the problem with that is it gets so aggressive that you need him a little bit. Let's see. Where's the hole? Hole. Oh, we don't have a hole in here. I thought we did. Is that down here? Or is it in here? Oh, there it is. Hole and hole. Now the hole and hole is a little bit kind of a unique thingy. And we can have the autopilot kind of help us with this. Might need to stretch that one out a little. I'm just kind of tuning this into what looks good right now for what the market's doing. It's kind of like tuning in the radio, I oftentimes say. But I want it to be a little slower than we're going to use the dots. I want to be a little faster than the dots. I want it to come in a little bit faster than the dots. Yeah, let's start with that. That's a good starting point. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to use the trend of the red arrows, and we're going to use the buy signals of the yellow arrows. So we're only going to get in when we get a yellow signal from the yellow arrows. And let's blow this up so we can see a little better. But only in the direction of the red arrows. So the red arrow is a little bit more aggressive, but we only take the yellow arrows anyway. But that's the average true range, and the market's just choppy as I'll get out right now. We might want to change this. Save that, update. We might want to change this over to a range bar 25 or something. But we'll start with a 1 minute and see how that goes. Well, it might be better off just going to a 2 minute. Let's go see what a 2 minute chart looks like. Go back to that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to help or not. Let's just do it like this. Okay, we're going to come in and we're going to trade the 2 minute chart. It seemed to smooth it out a little bit more. I'm kind of tempted to go down to that range bar chart. The market's just not moving, so I'm trying to figure out how we can get some trends going in here. We can just tell it which direction we want rather than trying to make it decide. We're going to come in here, and I'm just going to create a YouTube Class 1 ATR strategy. All right, we'll just go under this one. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to trade the ATR, and we're going to trade quantity. We're just going to trade quantity 1. And let's make this a little bigger so you can see it. I hope that can help you. Now, the thing about the track and trade autopilot is that it's really a simple little tool, but it's quite powerful in what it can do. All right. So, but it goes off the arrows. It just buys and sells the arrows and then puts the stops where you want them and the limits where you want them and does all that stuff that we generally do manually. Right. So we can come in here and just tell it what we want to do. Now it's broken down into 3 sections. This top section is just the system setup. When do we want it to trade? The second section is the entry strategy. How do we want to get into the market? And then the third section down here is the exit strategy. How do we want to get out of the market? That's really all there is to it. I know it looks complicated, but it's because, you know me, I hate stuff popping up over the screen and all these, these windows that pop up. I hate windows. I hate windows that pop up on my windows and cover up my chart. That's the whole thing. So I had the software engineers design it over in this control panel. But when you try and get it off the screen and into the control panel, it kind of has to go vertically instead of horizontally, if that makes sense to you. So we had to put what would normally be a bunch of little panels out here in the front over in that control panel and then just break them up and put them down one on top of the other. I know it seems a little overwhelming over there, but it's really not. It's just three little sections in there. You got your system set up, your how you're going to get in and how you're going to get out. That's all there is to it. But I put it over there in the control panel so that it doesn't pop up and cover up our charts so we can't see what's going on while we're working on this. Okay. So the first thing we do is we're just going to give the system a name. And I got a whole bunch of names in here. We got this one in here. So this is just one we're going to go off of the YouTube class number 1. It's called the ATR moving average system. So we're going to come in and use the indicator as the ATR. That's one I have turned on. So that's the only one that's going to show up in the list. And we're going to not make it conditional on any other indicator. We could say 2 indicators have to match up, but we're just going to start with 1. I'm just going to do a real simple strategy. And then we're going to come in and trade a quantity. So the quantity, we're just going to trade quantity 1. And we're just going to trade continuously. I could tell it to just take the next trade. I could say, okay, well, I'm going to turn you on to do this, but only do it on the next trade. And that's a pretty neat little tool because you can come in and say, well, the setup's just how I want it, but I want to, it's going to execute it way better than I am. So once I have it all set up, then I just hit start autopilot and it'll just trade at one time. So that's a cool feature that I like to use all the time, but we're going to go with continuous. We'll just let it go continuously. And then we're going to use, we're not going to use any time restraints. We've only got 45 minutes till the market's over anyway, so we got to get rocking and rolling here. Market order, we're just going to use a market order. We're not going to use a limit or a stop or any of these things. We're just going to market order in. And then we're going to come down here, and we're not going to use any thrust signal preventers or inactive market preventers. We could turn those on. Those are filters that'll, if the market goes too far too fast, it'll not take the position and that kind of stuff. We could also trade a trend. So we could say we could take the trend. We could either go long or short, short only, long only, trend, whatever, based on some sort of other indicator. And that's what I was going to do with the whole indicator, but I decided we've only got 45 minutes. We're going to have time to do that anyway. So we're not going to trade the trend. We're just going to come in here and we're going to trade long and short. So we'll take either direction. And then we're going to come down here to the exit strategy. How are we going to get out? Well, let's place a stop back here. We're going to place a stop back, and it tells you the dollar amount. We'll risk $100. All right, so we'll come in and we'll say $100 on here. So 20 points back. And then we can do the jump stop just like in the QOCOs, right? We got all the same settings. So we can come in here and say jump stop. If the market moves a certain number of ticks, move my stop this. And then if it does this, move forward and all that kind of neat stuff. I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just saying it's going to sit at the 20 points back and it's going to trail on the ATR dots, the yellow dots. So as soon as it gets narrow, it's going to just drop it in and then start trailing on the ATR dots until it gets us out. Very simple, right? We're not going to even put a limit order in there to take profits. And exit on primary signal, we're going to do that. So that's a very simple, super simple setting. All we're going to do is trade the arrows and trail on the yellow dots. All right, so we're going to save that and we hit start pilot. That's all there is to it. Now, the software, we sit back, drink our tea, and the software is just going to trade for us. Now it's going to take every arrow. Now it's in a downtrend. We could come in here and say, well, Lan, I don't want to take the next up arrow because it's probably going to be just a little short, minor trend, and I'll probably lose money. I only want to take down arrows. Okay, we'll come in here and hit stop. Come down here and say I want to take only shorts only. And then go start, and then that's it. That's all there is to it. Now it'll only take the short positions, short arrows. But Lan, what if it turns and goes long and we miss the rebound on the close like it did yesterday? Oh, why didn't you say so? We'll stop and come in here, tell it to take the longs and shorts again, and we'll hit start. All right, so now it's going to take whichever arrow. It's going to drop your stop back, $100. How far is that? So let's say there, $100. Ooh, that's really close. On this market, $100 is pretty close. That's all right. Let's just in case, let's put that out to, let's stop and say we're going to make that $150. Give our stop a little bit more breathing room so we don't just get whacked out right as soon as we get in. Okay, and then you hit start again. Now, the only way you're going to get an arrow, is if it crosses those yellow dots. But Lan, I want to get in right now. You can do that. The autopilot doesn't care. You can come in here and say, well, I want to go long right now. Okay, bye. You're long. Now what happens? The autopilot's still on. See the green light? The autopilot will look and see. It'll say, the arrow says I'm supposed to be going long here. Am I already long? Oh, Lan already put me in long. Yes, I am long. So it'll just ignore the arrow and it won't get you in again, or it won't get you out. But then if it comes in and gets a down arrow and you're long, it'll say, hey, I'm supposed to be getting a down arrow. Lan's in long. What should I do? Oh, he told me that if I get an down arrow, I'm supposed to go short. So the autopilot would kill your position here to the short side and a long side and put you in short if you got an arrow. All right. So you can trade alongside the autopilot. It doesn't care. It just has rules that says I'm supposed to go short here, and it'll clear anything out that's long and turn you short. Vice versa, it'll do the other thing too. I mean, if you're already short, it doesn't care. So, I'm already short. I don't need to get in. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool idea. All right, let's come say hi to people while we wait for an order to take place. We can come in here and set this in. We're like, whoa, we missed that arrow, Lan, and it's on its way down. Why don't you go take it and get in? The autopilot will reverse you if you want. Okay, we can do that too. We can come in here and say, well, I want to go short. Do we want to go short? I want to go short, and I want to put my stop on the yellow dot. So I can put the dot way up there. It doesn't matter where you put it, as long as it's above the yellow dot. Edit, and you come in here and you say trail on the ATR. Boom, 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 just like that. And we did that one ourselves manually. Now the autopilot will take over from there too. It'll say, hey, I'm already short. Next time it gets an arrow, because we told it on the autopilot we wanted to do right here, long and short, as soon as it gets an up arrow, it will exit me out. Now, if it hits the stop and there's no arrow, well, it'll get you out because it hit the stop, and then it'll wait for the next arrow to get you back in. Lan, I don't want to use a stop. I just want to swing trade. Swing trade? Wait a second. Now you're getting into one of Lan's pet peeves. What does swing trade mean? Most people think swing trade just means go out and buy a position and hold it for 6 months or a year or the rest of your life. They say, oh, that's swing trading. Bullshit. That's not swing trading. Some kid on YouTube started calling that swing trading because he didn't know what he was talking about, and the whole damn industry picked up on it, started calling it that. That's not what swing trading is. Come on, people. Think. Swing. Did you ever go as a child and sit in one of those things with chains on it and a seat? What do? You swing. So what would swing trading be? Oh, swing trading means I'm going to take every long position, long arrow, and I'm going to take every short arrow. I'm going to swing trade. I'm going to go every time I get a buy signal, I'm going to go long. Every time I get a short signal, I'm going to go short. That's called swing trading. You can do it on a 1-minute chart. You can swing trade on any time frame. This bullshit idea that, oh, I'm a swing trader. What does that mean? Oh, it means I go out and hold a position in Microsoft for 14 years. That's not what swing trading is. Come on, people. Swing trading. That's position trading. That's investing. That's not swing trading. People call it swing trading, though, and there's nothing I can do about it. Just tell them they're wrong, but nobody listens to me. Just some guy on YouTube, just like the rest of them. All right. It's just that I know more than the rest. All those people who think they know everything really annoy those of us who really do. All right. We're just watching a dead market now. You know what's great about the autopilot is we can come in here and go boom, just like that. Leave that one doing what it's doing. We can come in here and say, hey, I want to do the same thing over here on the Russell. All right. And that one will go over there and stay over there. And we can come and do the same thing. We're going to come down here, just like that. Did I save it? I don't know if I saved it. Probably did. So we're going to come in here. We're going to ATR, trade quantity 1. We're going to do the same exact strategy. Market. No, long and short, stop. 20's good. 100 on this one. Trail ATR. Away we go. That's it. It's all set up. Start the autopilot. All right. Now we're trading the autopilot on both the Russell and on the NASDAQ. Let's pinch that down so we can see a little better. Makes a little bit more sense. This is a dead market. We can do the same thing up here. We can come in here and, man, look at that Dow. It sucks too. Look at all those topping and bottoming tails. The Russell's making an attempt at a trade, at a trend. It's making an attempt. The S&P and the Dow aren't really doing anything. I don't want to turn the autopilot on those two. Not that the NASDAQ and the Russell are doing anything either, but that's right, Nick. We kill it here, don't we? This is better than everybody. Financial entertainment, money-making strategies. We have a lot more fun in this class than the other guys do in the other classes, don't we? Let's come in and say hi to some people. Look at that. Bruce has the gold. Nice going, Bruce. We got Nick coming in with the silver. We got Chad coming in with the bronze. John, nice to see you. Kirk, Nick, it's nice to see all you guys here. Glad to have you. We got a lot more people watching than saying hi. If you guys want to say hi, we'll make you famous. Every day we'll make you famous. Oh, look at this. We could have gone in on our own, and the autopilot would have let us take that one. Why didn't we do that? Why did we get out? Did we get out or did we get stopped out? Did we get stopped out on that dot right there? Did we already have a short position on here? This is our nice little shelf right here. Let's put that back in there and come in here and stop right here. Edit, trail, ATR. All right, so we're just going to trail down on the yellow dot. I got a little aggressive. I've got it sitting there at 0.6. That's the same thing here. We're getting a little green to red. Let's go do that one too. Sell, stop. We'll put that in on the yellow dot. Edit, trail, ATR. You just trail it out. See if it won't go somewhere. Lynn, make those bigger. Okay. Hold on. I'll make them bigger for you. Let's get rid of these two. Bring those. You want them like that? Oh, look at this thing got stopped out. Just as we thought we were going to go short. We don't need it like that. Maybe we want it like this. Okay, if we get an arrow, let's watch the autopilot. See if the autopilot will put us in. It should put us in. If we get an arrow right here, long arrow, it should put us in. Watch that. Are we going both directions or are we going just one? Let's go look at the autopilot. Long and short, so we're good. I've noticed that if I sit here and fiddle around and jump in and out of the market myself, I would have done much better if I just let the autopilot do it all by itself. Stop messing with it, Land. Quit fiddling with it. Well, what do you want me to do? Sit here and eat pine nuts? I went to the gas station the other day, yesterday, and they had pine nuts. So when you trade on autopilot, you can just sit here and eat pine nuts. Do you guys like pine nuts? When I was a kid, that was a big thing for our family. Oh, look, the Russell took the long position. That was a big family thing we did. We'd pack up the truck, get the camper on the pickup truck, load up the trailer, haul all the kids out into the mountains with the tents, set a big old camp up around. Of course, it was work. You had to go out and pick pine nuts. We would put them in a big gunny sacks and drag them back down the mountain, bang them against rocks, thrash them out, get all the peanuts out, throw all the shells away, bring them back into town, cook them up and eat them, bag them up and sell them at the gas station. That was my life as a kid. Did you guys ever do that? All right, come on, market. We need a trend here. We need a trend. Trying to go long here on the Russell. Going to get reversed and go short. Why don't you stop a little tighter, Land? Well, it's on the yellow dot. That's the profit and loss box. If it goes down and touches it, well, then we get out. The autopilot doesn't make you make money. It just executes the trades for you. If the market's dead and going sideways, that's your job to say, turn that damn thing off. Turn that damn thing off. It doesn't know whether to turn it on or not. If you turn it on, you turn it on. It's on. And it trades. takes the trades. The market's not going anywhere and it's not trending. When you turn it on, well, you probably get your hiney handed to you. That's what happens. But if you turn it on when the market's making nice, beautiful swinging trades, you've seen the market do that, make nice, big, beautiful swinging trades. Man, it makes money hand over fist because it just catches every single one of those turns. All right, now we're just waiting for it to execute another short position here. Watch, 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 watch the Russell. We're going to get 1 minute. We got 14 seconds. That's what's cool about the 1 minute chart is you got a countdown timer. You know when you're going to get your arrow. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Execute. 2. There we go. All right. So that dropped that back at, what did we say, $100. And then on the next bar, it'll drop that thing down to the yellow arrow, yellow dot, and start to drive. Drive, drive, drive. Just trail, trail, trail. So this is when you can get up and go eat eggs, cook your breakfast, because it's going to handle everything for you. You don't have to do anything. Just sit here and drink tea and eat pine nuts. Once it gets you into a trend, you can also just have it trail to break even. You can say, you know what, just get me into the trend. I don't care. Once it gets me to break even, just stop trailing, turn it off, and let it go forever the rest of the day. That's what I like to do. I like to just say, look, get me in. And then just once I'm in, just go to trail, break even, and then just stay there. And then just let the market go, go, go. That's when I can come in and start doing my manual drawings and trends. And, you know, I'm in the trade. Let's draw some trend lines. Let's find out where this trend's at. And just as long as it stays above the trend line, stay in. And then you can come in and use the magic stick. We haven't used the magic stick very much lately. Then you can use the magic stick. You just come in, draw the magic stick in there, turn off the autopilot on your nice big long trend line and say, as long as it stays above that magic stick trend line, stay in. As soon as it crosses that trend line, boom, get me out. And you're done. That's it. We oftentimes make trading so hard because, well, we have 1 hour to trade and we want to do all kinds of neat stuff in 1 hour. But day trading is not scalping. There's a difference between scalping and day trading. Day trading is just like finding that trend, getting your position, and then staying into the rest of the day. And then you get out by the end of the day, right? You try to maximize your profit potential. But for us, we only have 1 hour to trade. So we usually end up scalping instead of day trading because day trading is boring. I mean, you just have to get yourself into the market, move your stop to break even, draw your trend line, take your magic stick, draw it up there. If it falls below the magic stick, you get out, you're done for the day. You know, we try to make trading so hard. It doesn't have to be hard. We just make it hard. I won't eat pine nuts while you guys are here. They're chomping your ears. Where were the pine nuts? They were in that, I think it's a Chevron station across the street from the movie theater over here in my part of the town. I live in Green Valley, or in that neighborhood. I don't know if I actually officially live in Green Valley, but over there. Oh, doggone it, NASDAQ. You rotten little dog. I don't know. How come that thing isn't trailing? Did I not tell it to trail? Trail ATR. That should have trailed. It should trail at least to break even. Let's go look at the autopilot. Stop autopilot. We said ATR. Why didn't it trail the ATR? The other one did. Save. Start. Okay. That was weird. Well, it doesn't look like it's going to move far enough to... It's going to come back and stop us out at break even. That damn market's not moving anywhere either. We don't need RSI. We can make this a little bit bigger down. Well, so much for that big, long, beautiful running trend. Nice job, NASDAQ. Okay, it's crossing the yellow dots. Let's watch and see what it does. This one here is just going to get stopped out down here. Let's blow it up. Oh, see, just got stopped out, touched the yellow dot. Can't make money if the market won't trend. Unless you want to scalp. You make money scalping. You can sell some premium on options if the market doesn't trend. That'll make you some money. But if the market's just bouncing back and forth across the average true range and you're trading the average true range, well, you're just going to get bounced in and out. We could put a couple of, oh, we got it. And there we go. See that? Now that's pretty close because we're on a 2-minute chart and I put that back $150. That's $150. That's not very far. It's not even one price bar. That's a little close. We're holding our stop a little close on this one. It could just come back, stop us out and take off and go and still be inside the yellow dot. The yellow dot on the 2-minute chart on the NASDAQ, that's a lot of money. From entry to yellow dot, that's $255 that you'd have to risk for one trade. So we need to increase our stop if we're going to try and stay inside that, use that yellow dot as our stop, but I put it at 150. So we'll see. We may have to, we'll just hold it right there. Come on, rock and roll for us. Give us a little 30 minutes left. Doesn't everybody want to buy the market 30 minutes before look close? Take your profits before the market. So buy. Get out of your short positions. We're going to put a Minesweeper on, weren't we? Let's go see if we got Minesweeper set up somewhere. Scalp Minesweeper right there. That's one. Let's go take a look at what's Minesweeper. That's a small, tiny little Minesweeper. Jump, drop, trail, 1 minute ATR. Let's put that Minesweeper in right there. We're going to run it for 3. We're going to say if we get a bad fill on a break above that high, we're going to look for it to go up, touch it, and pull back. Now, the problem is we got the autopilot turned on too. So if the autopilot throws an arrow, we would be long at that point. That would give us, we actually don't want to do that because the autopilot would screw that one up because we're trying to get in the same place as the autopilot. So let's wait. Let's let the autopilot do its thing. Okay, there goes the NASDAQ. It's trying to go. Now, the NASDAQ, when you put your stop closer to the market than the yellow dot, it'll just sit there and wait for the yellow dot. Now, for some reason, let's go see what the autopilot is supposed to be trailing on the yellow dot. It is. It says it is, but it doesn't say it. It doesn't say it right here. Trailing, yeah. Let's wait and see. It was trailing on the other one. That one didn't trail down there for some reason. Didn't take. All right, so we caught this long arrow. Let's see if market will move far enough for us to. And the NASDAQ, or the Russell's trying. It's trying to break that yellow dot. If it'll break that yellow dot, it'll give us an arrow. We'll get in long. Come on, baby. Come on, market. Okay, what's the countdown? 45 seconds. It's got to stay above it. It's got to be above it on that 37 seconds. 37 seconds. Get above there. Get up there. Giddy up there. Come on. All you can do is cheerlead at this point. You're a cheerleader when it comes to the autopilot because you don't really do anything but sit and watch it. It's agonizing. Agonizingly slow. Come on, baby. 1 second. There we go. Is it up there? It is. It did it. Now, why is it not moving to the... That thing should have jumped to the ATR. didn't put it on the ATR. I thought I had it set to go to the ATR. I do. It's right there. I wonder why that didn't go to the ATR. It's done it twice now. I'm going to show that to the programmers and see why they think it might not have done that. 2100. It was farther back than the ATR. I don't know. Save. Start. I don't know. That's weird. Well, let's watch this one real close and see if it starts trailing. Well, let's go look and see. Edit. Oh, it's not turned on either. That's weird. Well, we got stopped out on the Russell. 1 minute chart. Market's not doing anything. It doesn't want to go anywhere. Let's watch and see if it'll. Okay, now it should have jumped to the ATR. And it didn't. Huh. There's a bug in the software. Maybe I turn my computer off, turn it back on. Try it again. I don't know. It's always worked for me before. I don't know why it's having griefs today. I'll show that to the programmers and see what they say. Come on, market. I'll tell you what we'll do. Since this market doesn't seem to be wanting to trend, maybe we better do a little scalping. Not the market. If the market's not trending, you can't scalp it very well either. Don't have any idea of which direction the market's going to go. Now, it moved with the ATR, but I had to set it manually. I had to go in there manually and tell it to go on the ATR, even though I told the autopilot to do it. But it's working. I mean, I don't know why it didn't tell it to do it automatically. Come on, market. Move. Let's go look at the Dow. Look at the Dow. Let's bring up the S&P. Let's put the S&P up here. Dow. Let's put the Dow up here. And let's play with the Dow, shall we? Let's come in and see if we can Minesweeper. Let's put Minesweeper right here on the Dow. Let's see how that works. We quantity 3. I don't know. That looks like now the market's starting to move a little bit, just as we decide that we want to play the counter trend. Come on, we need you to pull back. Pull back. Now work. Come on. One more little step. Oh, you rotten dog. We're not going to trust you. Yeah, I want to do it myself. Oh, it did it. All right. We won that one. At least we made a couple dollars. $60. 60 buckaroos. The Dow was tiny. That was a minesweeper. NASDAQ still got the autopilot on. We'll get an arrow here in 34 seconds. What if I wanted to preempt it? What if I'm like, it's going to go and I don't want to wait 26 seconds for the arrow? Well, go ahead and hit sell market. Just do it yourself. Autopilot doesn't care. It'll look and say, oh, he's already short. I get in a short arrow. Should I go short? Oh, I'm already short. I'm not going to do it. Where are we going to put another minesweeper? Way down here. David Duty won't put a minesweeper right there because he says there's a 4,400 right there, and that's too close to an area of resistance. We'll put it right on 4,400 then. Well, that NASDAQ's doing nothing, is it? It's just dead as can be. The Russell's starting to fall a little bit, trying to make us a little bit of money. A whopping $35, 40 bucks. Such a tiny little market. That's okay though, because then when you're wrong, you don't get your wheels ripped off so badly. The NASDAQ takes it for $250 on one stop. Of course, when you catch a trend and it goes, it makes a lot of money fast. That's the nice thing about the NASDAQ. That thing got in there and didn't put it's not trailing automatically on the ATR. That is frustrating. That is downright peeing me off. All right, let's see if we can make a little bit of money on the Dow. Come on, Dow. Pull back up. You're going the wrong way, Dow. You're not supposed to have a big old run right now. Not when I get in long. Come on, Dow. Go back up. I don't trust it. I don't trust it. No, sirree. Not when all the other markets are moving down hard like this. I don't know if it'll pull back. Come on. You can do it. Pull back. There we go. There we go. There we go. Get her up there. One more little pop. There we go. We got it. $80. That wasn't $80, Lane. $40, $50, $60 for the last two winners. No, we just got stopped out on the NASDAQ again. NASDAQ ain't going nowhere. All right, the Russell's at break even. If you want to, you come in here and tell it, stop trailing. Do, just like that. And then just let it rock and roll as long as it wants to go down. As long as it stays below your trend line, just stay in. We got no trend line. There's our alarm. There is our alarm. 15 minutes till the bell rings. That NASDAQ's going to try and go long again. Look at this. Just trade the arrows, Land. Just trade the arrows. Somebody said that to me. I say it to myself every day. But not today. The market's not running today. The one day we decide to trade the arrows, no big long trends. Okay, you got 17 seconds until that NASDAQ's going to kick off again right here. That's a 2-minute chart. Trade a smaller time frame. We go down. Smaller time frame. We go into a range bar 6. The market goes all over the place. Did it again. It didn't set the trail. I don't know why. Doggone it. I'm going to have to call him. Okay, look at the Russell. It's trying to come back and stop us out. Look at the Dow. Look at that thing go. Get up there. Giddy up there. Let's try again. Oh. Went right up there, touched 44,025 and bounced off. There it goes. There it goes, NASDAQ. Well, now it's flushing back down. It would have been a good place to put our order, but we didn't didn't do it. Didn't do it. Look, there's a downtrend, little 2-bar up. That's our little ABC pattern. Doon, doon, doon. Oh, down it goes. We're getting no legs under the NASDAQ. It's already getting a lower high. Come on. My goodness sakes. Look how flat the Russell is. It's as flat as a pancake, old Russell. You should have turned the autopilot on the Dow. It seems to be doing a little bit better. Look at the S&P, just as dead as can be, too. All day, that thing's been dead. We got some really good articles in Pit News Magazine this coming January. Hope you guys are enjoying the December issue. I thought the December issue was good. Now the January issue, are you guys going to be in for a surprise with the January issue of Pit News Magazine? We got some amazing things to show you in that magazine. There it goes. Should we have it start to trail? Come in here, edit. We're going to trail that, trail ATR. There we go. We'll just start trailing that little Russell on the way down now. Where are you going to put a scalper laying over there on Dow? I thought you were going to scalp that. Well, I'm waiting for a setup. We need to wait for that. We're just do Minesweeper over there. I don't want to put a Minesweeper underneath a major break. Oftentimes it'll break through there and take off. I don't want to Minesweep that one. Well, we could do the Minesweeper the other way, I guess. We could do a stop Minesweeper. This is a limit Minesweeper, which means the one I got set up here. I don't know. Let's go see if the other one's, if we got a stop Minesweeper. 20. Stop Minesweeper. There it is. Oh, not on this one. We got to have this one. So we could put it there like that, but then it has to push through and break down, not go back. The market's just not strong enough today on that one. I don't trust it. Oh no, Russell, don't go back and stop us out. You stupid little piece of shit. $50 on the Russell. We picked up $50 on the autopilot Russell, but the NASDAQ's starting to move. Ends up 240. 240. We got an auto trailing stop in there. We picked up the arrow. The arrow's starting to pay off. You know what we ought to do is we could come in here and go add OCO. So we'll drop in our OCOs. We'll kill this one. We don't need it anymore. Come in here, edit that one. Tell this one to trail on the ATR. There we go. There you go. And then we're going to come in with this one. Look, we're down 530. So we need 530. So we're just to get back to break even. So we're going to come in here 530. 545, 535. So if the market will go up to there, we'll just take it off and get all of our money back. We'll get back to break even, and then we can start trading again. But we only have 10 minutes. We need it to go up there and give us our 535 back. We're going to continue to trail up on the ATR here. It looks like the Russell's going to try and go long right here. It's going to break that yellow dot. And in 20, 19, 18 seconds, it's going to give us a new one. As long as above those yellow dots at the end of the 11-10 second time frame, it'll give us another arrow. We'll go long right here. 7, 6. Watch the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. There it goes. And this piece of shit didn't do it again. Come on. I think there's a bug in the software. I don't know how that got in there. It's been working forever. 20 years that thing's been working just right. I don't know why it stopped today. All right, now the NASDAQ's dying on us. Can't keep anything. It needs a little Viagra. Come on. Come on. Give the NASDAQ a little blue pill. Come on, come on, come on. They made $50 on the Russell. And the Dow's not going anywhere. We can't scalp that one either because it's not moving. Either is the S&P. We could put a minesweeper in on the S&P, but it keeps going to that 60-65. Minesweeper land. What is Minesweeper? I don't even know what you're talking about, Minesweeper. Well, Minesweeper is this one here. We got one that's set to be a stop order and one that's set to be a limit order. And all it does is scalp out about 5 or 6 ticks out of the market when the market breaks a specific level. So we set that in there. This one's with a stop. That one's with a limit. If we set the limit below the market, then it goes down, touches the limit, fills it, and then it just has to pull back 6 ticks, give us $50. All right. But if it goes through and clicks the limit and then just keeps on going, well, then you'll lose your hiney, right? So you need it to come down, go to a spot where it's going to hit, and then turn around and back off. And so we'll oftentimes put that against areas of support or resistance where we think it's going to bounce and just, it doesn't have to bounce very far. It just can't crack it and take off and run. If you want it to crack and take off and run, then you use the stop one because then it'll break it and go, and then it'll give you the 6 ticks. Or it just, whether you believe it's going to hit the top, break the area of resistance and take off and go. If it is, then you put the stop version. If you think it's going to go break it and then flush back, you put the limit version. Which one's the right one to use, Lan? I don't know. Use either one. I don't know what the right one to use is. Just practice with it and see what you can figure out works the best for you, where you can find locations where you think the market's going to break through and continue, or whether it's going to break through and fall back. What I've noticed is that the little internal highs and lows has a tendency to fall back more. If you go to these the major highs and lows, it has a tendency to break through and go. So that's just a little insight that I've had. Like, see a major high, a major low, like that's a real strong area of support. If it breaks that, it doesn't usually go back. It doesn't back off. So it comes down and just keeps on going. So you don't want to try and do the limit version there because it doesn't pull back against these major breaks. See that major break up there? It just keeps on going. So you don't want to scalp to the upside with a little rebound, a little counter trend on that one. Doesn't mean it can, and oftentimes it'll go, but generally, more often than not, that's where I get my hiney handed to me, is if I try to put a counter trend profit taking order on a breaking of a major area of support or resistance. Little minor areas of support where it goes up and just touches a minor, meaning that it's inside of a previous high or a previous low, just like all these little highs and lows, like a previous price bar. It'll go up and break those, and then generally, oftentimes, then it'll flush back down. So you use the limit order on those, and it's like you get a bad feel on a break above a previous bar. So you put it just a little bit further out. That way, it has to pop up, hit it, and then it'll more likely to flush back down a little bit. you're simulating a bad fill in a long position, but you're actually taking a short position. Instead of having a stop order, you put in a limit order, and the limit order becomes your profit. How many times have you got in on a market and just got stopped out? You just keep constantly getting stopped out. And by the end of the day, you're looking at it, you're like, I'm down $1,000, and all I did is get stopped out all the time. Well, the idea of these little minesweepers is you're going to take that same concept and just reverse it. And you're going to say, well, I would have normally got in right here on a break above this little high point or whatever, but oftentimes I'll get a little slippage, I'll have a bad fill, and then it turns right around, comes down, touches my stop, stops me out. Well, reverse that. Instead of putting in a stop order to get in long, put in a limit order to get in short, goes up, fills your order, comes back down, and where it would stop you out normally with a loss, it hits your profit, taking limit order, and you have a $50, $60, $80, $100 profit. And you just sit there and do that as if you were trading, only you're doing the opposite of what you would normally do, which is what everybody else is doing, right? And you're just being a counter trend trader. And at the end of the day, instead of having $1,000 loser because you got stopped out a million times, you have $1,000 winner because you got stopped out all the time. But this stop paid you money instead of took your money away. That's the idea of the minesweeper. That is the minesweeper strategy. All right, Russell's trying to make money to the downside again. So is the NASDAQ. NASDAQ got in a little bit late. The arrow came in. Man alive, we're clear down here. Okay, keep going. Keep her going. Keep her going. It's got to move. It's got to move. It's got to move. Market's got to move. If it doesn't move, you can't make money. Can't make money if the market won't move. We're going to get stopped out on the NASDAQ. Dead market. Sure, a lot of dead markets. This is the best time to be selling premium, Bruce. We should be doing our wild eye, crazy eye, iron butterfly. Oh, I was telling you about Pit News Magazine. We got a really good article coming out in Pit News Magazine in January. We've been working on them. There's actually a couple of really good articles. For those of you who like Claire and Aiden, they wrote an article together in the January issue. So that's kind of a fun one. Those two characters. All right, let's come in here. You guys need to... I don't know what you're talking about, Len. What's Pit News Magazine? Well, let me introduce you to Claire.
Hey everyone, it's Claire here. Are you ready to take your trading knowledge to the next level? Welcome to Pit News Magazine, your trusted source for trading intelligence. Whether you're a seasoned trader or just starting out, this magazine delivers the insights you need to stay ahead of the market. Featuring articles from experts like Dr. Scott Brown, Aidan Gray, myself, and of course Mr. Lan Turner. Pit News brings you exclusive strategies, deep dives into market psychology, and powerful trading techniques. Find out about the exponential power of growth, seasonal trading secrets, and even Lan's latest wild eye, crazy eye iron butterfly strategy. Each issue is packed with expert trading strategies, top stock picks, key seasonal trading insights, and comprehensive analysis of commodity futures and ETFs. You'll also find tips on technical analysis, option strategies, and much more. No matter your trading interests, we've got you covered. And the best part? You can learn your way. Listen to each recorded article, read the full in-depth lessons, or watch our video breakdowns. It's trading education on your terms. Right now, we're offering a special deal. Get your first full year of Pit News for only $19.97. That's 50% off the regular price. 12 issues of powerful trading insights, backed by our 100% satisfaction guarantee. So, don't miss out on this limited time offer. Head to pitnews.com and subscribe today. Empower yourself, enrich your trading strategies, and stay informed with Pit News Magazine. Trading intelligence right at your fingertips. Okay, let's get back to Mr. Turner. Thanks for sticking with me.
All right. The market's closed. We didn't do too well today, but maybe we learned something. All right. Hopefully you learned a little bit about the autopilot. You learned a little bit about Minesweeper, something you guys can start practicing and playing with on your own. And I'm going to get with the programmers and find out why that autopilot was not automatically trading or trailing on that ATR dot. That's what it was supposed to do, and it didn't do it today for me. So I'm going to find out why that is, and we'll see. Maybe yours is doing it. Maybe I usually have a beta version, which is way ahead of everybody else. So my version might be screwed up. Your version might be working just fine. So you can check and see if your little ATR is trailing. If not, let me know. Or actually, don't let me know. Let the programmers know. Call them. Tell them. Say, hey, this thing ain't working. And they'll get it fixed. They'll probably actually fix it faster if you tell them than if I tell them. I sold the company and they don't like me very well anymore. Just kidding. They think I'm fine. Just leave us alone, Lan. You sold the company. Nah, just leave us alone. We get along just fine. Just kidding. All right, I'll contact him, let him know that that's going on, and we will catch you guys tomorrow morning. Or we're going to review. Tomorrow is tomorrow Friday? No way. Is tomorrow Friday? It is Friday. My goodness sakes. Tomorrow's Friday. We're going to have to do seasonals tomorrow. Seasonal. We're going to do the seasonal nature of markets. We're going to look at our seasonal portfolio. So we'll see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock, bright and early. And if you have any questions about the autopilot, please let me know. Be happy to help. And tomorrow, seasonals. See you guys. Thanks for coming. Hey, if you wanted to hit that little thumbs up button, that'd be a nice thing. I appreciate it. Okay.